good part of the Canadian hot dog business. In 1969, he sold hot dogs to 98% of Ontario's movie theaters and at Maple Leaf Gardens and most stadiums and arenas in Ontario and Quebec.
A famed and flamboyant Toronto businessman, Sam Shopsowitz, died in Toronto today. More from Avis Favreau.
He was known as Canada's hot dog magnate, Sam Shopsowitz, a colorful entrepreneur who liked to be seen with the famous. Mr. Shopsowitz died today in a Toronto hospital of an apparent heart attack. He was 65. He and his two brothers inherited the famed Shopsy delicatessen in Toronto from their father, who set up the business after immigrating from Poland following World War I. With some shrewd maneuvering, they expanded, began manufacturing processed meat, and eventually controlled a major part of the Canadian hot dog business. Though the venture was bought out 12 years ago, Sam Shopsowitz stayed on as president until he retired in 1977. He will be buried on Sunday in Toronto. Avis Favreau, Global News.
And finally, a sad note tonight. Sam Shopsowitz, better known as Shopsy, the hot dog king, died today after a long illness. Shopsy built his family's small Spadina Avenue delicatessen into a meat-packing empire that spanned the country. Seen here with Jimmy Durante, he was a well-known personality with big show business names.
Although his business was food, Shopsy contributed a great deal to the entertainment industry and financed a number of Broadway productions. But if you were to ask anyone who Shopsy was, they'd be quick to tell you that he was the hot dog king. Harry Shopsowitz opened a delicatessen right here on Spadina back in 1921. His son Sam took over, and soon Shopsy's became one of Toronto's favorite eateries. The store moved to a new location on Front Street a couple of years ago. Now Spadina and all of Toronto just won't be the same without him.
I don't think you can think of Toronto without thinking of Sam Shopsowitz.
Lynn Elioff, CFTO News.
He helped make the hot dog famous. When a charity would call asking for a donation, he would say, "How much?" And even though he suffered a stroke 2 years ago, he never lost his spirits or that famous Shopsy smile. Sam Shopsowitz, who for years ran Shopsy's Deli on Spadina, was buried today at age 65. Sam Shopsowitz believed that if you couldn't have fun doing something, there was no point in doing it.
He's going to be greatly missed.
Whipper Billy Watson joined 400 others today in paying final respects to a man who was clearly a Toronto legend.
He was a beautiful man. The city's lost somebody very unique.
Sam Shopsowitz had a lot of friends, among the famous and the not so famous. He'll be remembered as well for his dedicated work for various charities, like Variety Club. Shopsy started more than 40 years ago with his 10-cent sandwiches, using his great-grandfather's secret recipe from Poland to make his spicy corned beef the best around.
It was a tremendous feeling there to go down Spadina Avenue. We're going to Shopsy's, that's all we knew.
He's a man who's helped a lot of people.
Actor Al Waxman remembers Shopsy as a great, generous, colorful personality.
I grew up across the street from Shopsy's, and I remember going in there for a sandwich, and he'd be cutting meat behind the counter. But I remember him from more than that. I remember him from the CNE and from Maple Leaf Gardens, from sports, from entertainment.
Wayne and Schuster knew Shopsy when they were all students at Harvard Collegiate.
Just a beautiful man, and if there ever was a man you could call, a full-grown man you could call lovable, it was Sam Shopsy.
He was a true gentleman. He was just a charming, sweet-natured, just a fine man. We miss him.
I'm sitting and talking with Louis Allen, who is the owner of the famous delicatessen and now a chain of delicatessens called Shopsy's. When I first came to Toronto from Winnipeg right after school, way back in 1894, everybody made a beeline for Shopsy's, which was then on Spadina, I believe. That was the first original store, a small little store. And as the years went by, they moved and grew, and now it's changed hands a few times, and now you are the proud owner of that chain.
Thanks, Monty. Yeah, we have a lot of changes happening at Shopsy's. We're going to continue support for variety in a number of ways, a number of exciting projects on the make for 1997. I guess the most exciting is we have created a new sandwich, a triple-decker, which will be on our menu and will be called the Variety Club. And a portion of the sale of each sandwich will be going to Variety in the future.
Well, that's great. The Variety Club sandwich, right?
You got it.
Is it like a club sandwich?
Yes, it is.
Very interesting. Well, with the help that you do, with the money that you give us and support all our programs and the other people too, I think we finally arrived at a brand new total. So if you turn around with me and take a look at that total board, here is our total with an hour and 10 minutes left to go. It's over $2,173,000. Now that's what we like to see, right? And on from there, on from there. Well, Louis, thank you for keeping variety in view all the time with that sandwich. Are you naming sandwiches after prominent people in this town?
Yes, we are. We're introducing an entire new section to our menu, which will be a celebrity sandwich section, all triple deckers and all named after famous people such as yourself.
Yeah, but you know that when a person loses his show, he's off the menu. His name does not live after him.
Well, we can just increase the price because, like a famous painter.
Thanks for everything that you've done, Louis.
You're very welcome.
We appreciate what Shopsy's have done for us.
Our pleasure.
Susan and Elaine are out in the lobby, hopefully eating a Shopsy sandwich.